Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're getting our Final Fantasy XIV stream started here. Still getting a few things set up here, so bear with me just a moment, please. There we go. I think we're good to go now. Wait, there we go. There goes the game capture. Alright, so we finished up all of our Heavensward stuff, and we are moving on. We're going to take a look at our hunts and go see if we can knock them out first. Just get some more Centurio seals for later, perhaps. Let's see. Or maybe not. I don't know if I want to really go do these. I might do them offline sometime. Anyways, let's see. We need to go speak with Alphino at Amarys's Spire. That is over at the near the Hawthorne Hut. Let's go see what's going on over there. We'll have to get back in the groove of using our dancer again. And try to remember what we got to do with this job, don't we? All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Girabania. Ah, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Let's proceed, yes.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Here we go. All right. Let's see here. Well, we finally made it to a new zone here, and we can't fly, so we're going to have to look for ether currents again. Speaking of which, let's see, I don't think there's any nearby here. Is there? Oh, they're sort of close by, just outside it looks like. Oh, yeah, Chocobo Keep too. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None. Save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols, we've had barely any contact with them. But we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall weren't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald is not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. It was a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we are bound by it, for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Ha! Of all the Castra in the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing Allagan weapon and draconic primal. Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming. We should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Right. All right, a new action. Let's see. Oh, okay, a new buff. Let's see, we'll want that on our number 8 crossbar, I believe. Shield Samba. Increases critical hit rate. Lasts for 20 seconds. And good for our dance partner too. Alright, I guess I'll move it to here for now. Just have to remember to try to use it. Oh, it's already on. Oh, that's because it dropped on there. There we go. Alright, that should be good. And let me see, I need to look at a few things here first. Yeah, just bear with me for a moment if you don't mind. I'm going to flip through some scenes here. Change a few things. Yeah. That one's okay. I don't need to worry about that one, I think. Yeah, and that one's okay too, I think. Alright. Yeah, we've added some fun to our streaming experience a little bit anyways. When we're idle or waiting for something to do, we can play us some music here. We've got an extra camera set up for that particular eventuality. Alright, well let's see, let's get moving on. And we are already level 62 here in the story. We're just starting at level 60 story. Yeah, we'll be blowing away the levels here as well. Lise takes the lead. As you've probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralgar's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Veladina River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we'll be there before you know it. And let's see, doesn't look like there are any ether current quests popped up yet. Alright, well, let's see if we can get past some of these other creatures here that are gonna aggro us here. Yep, there's one. Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Sounds good, and I think it said there was an ether current down here, right? Yeah, we'll go pick that up. I mean, I'm sure we'll be by there at some point, but let's try to get this first. And let's see. Oh, you know what? What I really feel like doing is calling the chocobo out here. Just gotta get used to my dancer again. Yeah, and some more experience for the bird, too. Alright, yeah, let's see. There we go. Looks like we can hop up here. Yep. There's another Leshy. Those things are sound sensitive. Oh Lord, there's a huge bug. I hope he's not going to one-shot me or anything. But anyways, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. We're here to chat with you, play the game, enjoy the atmosphere. Hope you're doing okay today. Let us know down in the comments if you'd like. We're here to just enjoy the time with you. I don't see any soldiers. Good. Let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south? It's part of Castellum Veladina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely malms away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. Let's see, any others nearby here? Okay, one more over to the east on our way, I think. Let's see. Due to the east. Here it is. Alright, Lesser Gagana, just don't turn around there. Super duper. Alright. Any more nearby? Let's see. 542 to the south. Probably not. Yep. We're here. On the other side of this pass is Ralger's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Ishtola. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms? Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. Understood. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralger's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
right, let's see here. Hey, Conrad, let's see what you got to say. If I can target him there. There we go. You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say, but let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. Oh yeah, can ride our bird in here too. And let's see, let's go hit this little aetheryte down here. And I may want to, I don't know if I want to set this is a favored destination or not. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, we've still got Dry Bones set and Dragon Head. Let's go ahead and replace Dry Bone now. Better grab this first. And that's it for this area with the aetherites. Good, good, good.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalymo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalymo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monargo told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolgar it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir. To see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
Alright, start getting some new gear here. Let's see, what are we getting? Nothing for us there. But we'll get some materia. Alright. So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Forgive me. You are free to look around Ralgar's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess Resistance's capabilities. Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside and out. I can show you around if you like, Anne. Sounds awesome. Great, let's get started. I'll bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hell's Guard from all the way over by the spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beast women, I suppose, like that one over there. She's an Ananta. Over somewhere. Alright, well, you've got better eyes than me, Elise. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Ananta make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work. But then most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralgar, shall we? Oh Lord, yeah. Look at that huge shadow, huge statue there. All right. Man, that feels so good. We got all of our crafters and gatherers finished up with their level 60 quests as well, and actually did all of their introductory level 60 quests to Stormblood as well, so they'll be all set. What we'll do is we'll just play through the main story with our dancer here, and once we finish the Stormblood story, we'll go ahead and get those crafters and gatherers leveled up again. Maybe doing that in our spare time if we have to wait for queues, for example, that sort of thing. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The breaker of worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the fifth astral era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Girabania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measures of his reach. The last part was inscribed on this stone by a monk of the Fist of Rhalgr. Ida explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Sorry, that was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. And if you're just joining us, welcome. We're happy to have you here. We're playing through the whole story of Final Fantasy XIV, unskipped. We're not skipping anything, including crafters and gatherers. Hope your day is going well, your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. We're happy to have you here while we just chat and enjoy the story together. This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades, to when the Fist of Rhalgr was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the sutlers are next. Don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. Yeah, it does look a little different. Arms, armor, potions, you name it, these folks have got it. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alphino and Alice are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? And what about here? There we go. There's a piece for us, but I think it's not any better than our default. Not any better than our introductory dancer's gear. Yeah, they're both 255 high level with identical stats. Yep. See what it would look like. Like a hat. Oh, I like that. Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares in the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, aye, and I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. We've finished discussing your proposal, and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch Ishtola and Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me... All right. The answer is what?
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus.
Drum roll.
I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rolga's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree. But it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Right then, Minago and Mefrid are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Anne. Yeah, I'll take that hat. Yeah, well, I already know my ether compass can be used. I've used it twice now out there. Alright, Mefrid and Minago. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. Aw, don't worry about that. You do what you gotta do. And thank you. Now, to business. Commander Kemp's entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you on this. General Alden commands the forces at Castor Morians. It should be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great! That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of Ralgar Reach. Out of the Reach. And let's get Mefred's 2 here. At the risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here of all places. Though I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time, eh? Of course I remember you. Yes, absolutely. Dude. Yeah, back at Quarry Mill. I'm impressed. Given everything you went on to accomplish, you'd be forgiven for forgetting about your time in Quarry Mill. Suffice it to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Galleon was recovering. Gundabald was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo, and others went to Ul'dah for work. But, as you can see, I chose to come back to Girabania and join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alagana? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from Alagana, aren't you, Lise? By all means, we'd welcome the company. There'll be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peaks. And I think I will do Nago's branch first. This is kind of like the introductory quests we had in Heavensward. We had to go to Falcon's Nest and do something, and then over to Sea of Clouds to do some stuff. And then the 2 branches merged back together again, and we got on with our stuff. Oh, here we go. We'll need this, I guess, if we want to do some stuff. That there is a sightseeing log, unless I'm mistaken. Do you perchance know a woman named Millith? Oh, yeah. Ha! What are the odds? Millith is my niece, lest you wonder, and she has told me much and more about you in her letters. Ah, but where are my manners? Ulgar Ironheart at your service. I'm an explorer like most of the clan, and my niece bade me share with you such knowledge I have accumulated. Here, lend me your log. And now we can do sightseeing in Stormblood areas. Let's see now. Definitely there, and there, and there, and there. Yes, that ought to suffice. My explorations have taken me far and wide, but dearest to my heart are the regions of Alamigo, beauteous in their ruggedness, and the lands of the Far East, glorious in their diversity. There are many wondrous sights to be seen in these places, and I've written down the directions to them. Some will prove more difficult to reach than others, but if you're even half as resourceful as Millith says you are, I'm confident that you will find them all. Now, with that, I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Go forth, my friend, and take in such breathtaking vistas as even my father, the great Rodard Ironheart, could not see in his lifetime. All right, thank you very much for that. And nothing else there. All right. Got everything you need? Good, then let us be off. This feels so good to finally have all of the Heavensward stuff out of the way. Getting on to new story now. Love it. Excuse me. I better get my mouse focused back over here. Southeast for the next ether current. Are they sound based? Yep, looks like they're sound based. They detect sound. Quiet. Hear that? There was a ceruleum engine backfiring. Imperials. Ye gods, you have preternatural senses. I didn't hear a thing. When you grow up hunting in these lands, you learn to discern the sounds that could mean life and death, be they of a predator or a patrol. From what I'm hearing, we have a 7-man patrol augmented with a single Magitech armor, wide search pattern, divided into 3 teams. I don't think they know we're here. It's risky, but we should split up and try to take them all by surprise at the same time. We don't want them calling reinforcements. 3 teams, 3 of us. Nothing for it then. Where are they? Head north. You should see them long before they see you. I'll deal with the ones to the south. The armor should be just to the west. Anne's best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5. That should be enough time to get into position. Rendezvous on the west bank after. Any questions? No? Then good luck. Current is still ways away. All right, bird. Let's see. May have to clear our area out here a little bit. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Destroyed that guy. And done. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Whoops. Ran right into that guy's line of sight, didn't I? Where am I going here? Yeah, I need to go back up this way, I guess. Little Fopper. Are you sound-based? Maybe. Yep. All right, Monago. It looks like, excuse me. It looked like everything went to plan. Not that I'm surprised. The 3 soldiers I faced didn't put up much of a fight. Most of the Imperials we get out here are conscripts from other provinces with little training and even less conviction. It's grim work killing men and women like that, but don't doubt that they'd do the same to you if the roles were reversed. And don't you dare pity a man in armor. Conscript or no, a soldier piloting one of those can kill a dozen good men in the blink of an eye. Not that I need to tell you that after what happened at the wall. So true. What's this one look like? Yeah, kind of cool. Right. I believe we rested long enough. We should resume our journey before someone notices their missing patrol. Oh, back southeast. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get to that one. That is for sure. There's that big bug again. We're clear. Only Alliance patrols ahead. You said the forces at Castrum Oriens were under the command of Flame General Ralban Aldin, did you not? By Ralgar, the Bull of Alamigo himself. I never dreamed I'd have a chance to meet the legend. And we can't get past this guy, I don't think. That's alright. Not worried about it. Ooh, and we joined a fate. We're gonna try to get right here.
It is good to see you again, my friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rolga's Reach.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
As you say, General. On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamigan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord. Though I was not aware you had suffered such losses.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
We will not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them. I say we stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamegan people and inspire them to rise up once more.
Aye. Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from miles around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development at Castellum Veladina, namely the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from the research and development facilities near the capital, containing prototype Magitech armor. It is our assessment that this armor is to be field tested here, most likely against Alliance forces, mayhap before the day is out. Damn it all, more Magitech weapons? That's the last thing we need. Your concern is not unwarranted, but we needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavy unit and 1 or 2 support units. With a well-laid ambush, we are confident we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying future deployment. And should we carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance, they will have their rallying cry. It would mean dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire, but you'd have a lot more folk willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone, and you were going to have to do it eventually anyway. Exactly. And so what I propose is simple. We harry their patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to East End, where our Resistance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed, and well within our capabilities. I see no reason to delay, especially if a field test is imminent. What say you? Assuming the Vice Marshal's intelligence is accurate, I agree with his assessment and fully support his plan. I shall notify my comrades at once. Understood. I shall have one of my men bring you the details of the plan anon. And we, for our part, will be fighting with the Alliance, yes? I somehow doubt you were intending to sit this one out. Yeah, the game designers are making me fight this one. And I think I will ignore the clothing choice there. All right, let's see here. Oh, weapons, which probably, yeah, it's 255 also. We've been careful to avoid needless shows of force this side of the wall, but that's about to change, and when it does, you may be sure they'll send their new toys out to entertain us. I would ask you to participate in this operation, but from that look, I see it as a foregone conclusion. My thanks. Per Pippin's plan, we need to turn East End into an Imperial graveyard. You're a dab hand at this, and I'd be a fool not to use you. Head to this spot on your map. Right here, aye. A patrol should be along shortly. Deal with them, then rendezvous with the rest of us at this location. Go well, Anne. All right. And there is what looks like a ether current quest. Good. An adventurer of the immortal flames, just the woman I wanted to see. We've misplaced a number of Garlean drones taken from Baelsar's wall, and by misplaced, I mean the damn thing sprang to life and stormed out of the base. They need to be dealt with before any civilians come to harm. Being familiar with Magitech as you are, I can think of no one better to assist us. If you would be willing to help, go and speak with Lieutenant Nympha. She is overseeing the initiative to terminate the drones. Any others in this area? That's the only one. Oh, excuse me. All right, Nympha, I guess. Ah, an adventurer. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. The drones were not in our possession for very long, but a cursory inspection showed they are made with a heretofore unknown metal alloy. They are all but impervious to traditional firearms, which is why we commissioned Garland Ironworks to fashion a weapon capable of penetrating their armor. It has since been fitted to a suit of Magitech armor, which I would ask you to pilot. If I'm not mistaken, this would not be the first time you've piloted one of these suits. It should take you no time then to familiarize yourself with the controls. Now, the drones were last sighted due east of here and to the north along the Veladina River. I fear recapturing them is out of the question, so do whatever you deem necessary to stop them. Alright, what do we got here? Let's shoot some stuff here. Magitech Thunder. It's an AoE. Alright. With a decent recharge rate. And cannon with a decent recharge rate. Alright. I think we have our plan here in place. Let's see what we have to aggro here before we get to it. There we go. See if we're out of the way of anything else here. Hopefully nothing else will get on us. Alright. Cha-ching. Oh. Okay. Got that. Alright, where to next? We gotta run past this big bug again, it looks like. Leave me alone, Earl. Please leave me alone. If we could swing wide of this guy. Oh, this is for our other quest, I think. Yeah, we need to head up here for this Magitech quest. There we go. Done and done. And report to Captain Lokertz. Sure, we'll do that after a while. But for now, let's head on over to our main story quest here. Survey the area. Alright. Uh-oh, paralyzed me, did you? Alright, now rendezvous with Ralban. Hey, Earl. You just hang tight right there, Earl. We're not gonna bother you. Alright, another glowing event point. All went to plan then? Good. Our scouts report that a unit escorting the prototype weapons has left Castle and Veladina. The resistance is already in position, so we have but to wait for our guests to arrive. Sounds good. Oh, and we can make use of level 62. Oh, it's him again.
Things looked grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces. It's like all my name days have come at once!
Oh, poor guy.
Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head.
You just
That is,
try.
if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush! Attack!
Let's see, I wonder if probably can't dance partner any of these guys here. Try Ralban, see what happens. I guess I can. That's pretty cool.
Get after them, damn you! Now I've gotcha!
If I can take them down. They've got a lot of health too, or don't take much damage. I should focus on that, I think. He's up to something. Oh yeah, those things are coming after me, it looks like.
You'll be weeping blood! Tizona! As a raging bull!
Did not realize I was standing in the middle of that. I just need to keep far enough away from all that stuff. We do not want to get game over on this. I think we recovered. Oh. He who fights and runs. What the? Who in the hells are you lot? For Alamigo, let none escape. That look on his face. All right. He's doing a self-detonate. Get him down. Looks like we're doing pretty decent there. I think we got it. Yeah, damage check successful.
Oh! Damn it all! Miracles of Magitech design, my arse! I passed harder stools than these piles of scrap. You'll pay for this. Mark my words, the next time we meet will be the last.
Aye, run and tell your viceroy. The day belongs to Alamigo.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, we got the Stormblood today. We're doing it, Attack Chicken. How's your day going? Well done, all of you. I'd call this operation a resounding success. Can't say I'm surprised. The Bull of Alamigo had an impressive military record before he went west, as I recall. Can't wait till shit hits the fan and Xenos arrives. Tell me about it. They've already mentioned him once here, so yeah, it'll be interesting. Can't say I'm surprised. Oh, I already read that. Credit where it's due, Master Kemp. it was Marshal Tarapin who made this plan, and all of you, the Resistance and Alliance alike, who carried it out to perfection. Aye, that they did. Not a single casualty, for which I'm grateful beyond words. I've no doubt our comrades back at the Reach will feel the same, as will ours. It's been a pleasure, General. Until the next battle, Monago, I leave the Scions in your care. We shall return to the castrum then. And, Mistress Levelier, once more you have my thanks. As Master Kemp said, until the next battle. Oh yeah, I was gonna change my my hat here too. Let's see, since it's basically the same thing. Or did it go to my inventory? No, there it went. Same eye level, same stats. And there we go. Yeah, that'll look kind of fun, I guess. Alright, what's next here? I'd heard the stories, but to actually see you in action, I almost found myself pitying the Imperials. Seriously though, it was inspirational. But you must be tired of hearing that, eh? I'll keep it simple then. Thanks for the help out there. And some more materia. Well, there's no reason to remain here any longer. Let's get back to the Reach. Sounds like a plan. And yeah, I'll just port on over there, I guess. Then we'll do Meffred's branch. You didn't have to take part in the operation, but you did. You went above and beyond what was asked of you, without hesitation, and for that we owe you a debt. Our victory may not count for much in practical terms, but its symbolic value can't be overstated. Alliance and Resistance fighters came together to face an Imperial unit equipped with Garlemald's newest weapons, and smashed them. The people will remember this day. Aye, that they will, for it marks the beginning of something far greater than any single victory, the beginning of a campaign by a united Eorzea to drive the Garleans from our lands. Promises and platitudes mean naught without action, but the Alliance took the field and risked their lives for our cause. Ha! To think that the last time Gridanian troops trod this soil was more than a century ago, during the Autumn War, and that was to defend against our invasion. Ours is a long and bloody history, to be sure, and it gives me heart to see that despite our acrimonious past, we can still come together for the sake of the future. Well said, Commander, which is why I intend to go from village to village and spread word of our victory and our new alliance. The people will flock to our banners, just you wait and see. And Alice, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. Oh yeah, I can dye that hat too. It'll be cool. Let's see, over to Meffred now. This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade if you would. Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There are more villages there than out here, but also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully. Oh, I forgot to report to Captain Lokers. Let's do that before I forget. Welcome back. I take it the drones have been disposed of then? Excellent work. We were quite fortunate for your presence, save for Lieutenant Nibfa. None of my men can even activate a suit of Magitech armor, let alone pilot one in combat. I only pray that isn't to our detriment in the future. There's still plenty more of those drones out there along Baelsar's wall. If any more of them should suddenly stir... At any rate, we will continue working with Garland Ironworks, so that should such a day come, we will be ready. Awesome. Yeah, and no more ether current quests for now in the zone. Alright, so back to Ralger's Reach.
I remember the peaks of Girabania, silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity, who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
We've a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, this is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. Remember though, once we leave these ruins, we'll have no glamours to conceal us. The village is to the east. Keep watch for patrols as we move. Aye aye, Captain. Yeah, little ways off here. There's a bird. Nary an Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Alagana's due east, past that bridge. Follow me. It's not much further. .368 to the south. Yeah. Get that one after a while. You can rest easy. We made it. This is Alagana. It feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be... Oh, sorry. That has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do, but as I said back at the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. As you know, we're short-handed because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and went to the wall, never to return. It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Alagana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, they may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so. So, with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square. Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We'll need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight. Ragnfrid, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Alright, I need to take just a short break for a minute or two, so just bear with me and we shall be right back. All right, well, thanks for your patience. We're back. And let's see, we got to go talk to Ragnfrid. And I don't see any ether current quests in the zone yet. Don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? You'll not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder, and sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana, and I would know of your recent troubles. Ah, you are comrades of Mefrid. I see, I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men and left with many more, such is the rumor. Is this true? He lit a fire in their hearts and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes, and now you come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We have made an agreement with the Alliance. This time it will be different. This time, cold comfort to the dead and the ones they left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do. They took our lands, our traditions, even our God. And they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. I hate the bastards with every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Mefrid. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go, now. Leave us be and never return. You've got no right to speak to us like that. I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed, and that was before half our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't. Because it's my village too. My home. What in the hells are you on about? Wait, I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls. Lise Hext. And I'm here to take back my homeland. By Ralger, the last time I saw you, you were... I didn't even know if you were still alive. And I never thought you would come. I almost didn't. And my sister never will. Lots of others won't either. And that's why we've got to carry on the fight. You even sound like him. As you say, I've got no right to tell you to leave. Alagana is as much your home as it is mine. But I say to you again, we can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. That could have been handled better, but what's done is done. At least we've been granted permission to stay. I was hoping Ragnfrid might help us to recruit some of his people, but that clearly isn't going to happen. If we're to convince any of them to join, we'll first need to regain their trust. It's risky and it's hardly subtle, but I say we approach the villagers directly, see what problems they've got, and if we can do anything to help. Makes sense to me. Let's split up and ask around. All right, there's some here. Looks like we do. We have another story split here. You'd best keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Say your piece and move on. Looking for folks down on their luck? Congratulations, you found one. As you can see, my leg ain't what it used to be. Some days I can hardly walk for the pain. Mornings are the worst, especially after cold nights. Hard labor's right out, too much pain and trouble for others. There's a tea what helps with it, though. I'd need to grind a chipuli horn and a hornbill talon for the blend. What if I got them for you? Huh? You'll go and get some for me, just like that? You needn't trouble yourself so. And go talk to Angry Curl. A new face in Alagana? Huh. What would you ask of me then? Anything we can do? A stranger and a generous soul besides. Bollocks, there's not more suspicious than a good Samaritan. On the other hand, if you were an Imperial agent, I expect you'd go about your business with more discretion. Bugger me, you really are here to help, aren't you? Very well, I'll take you up on your offer, stranger. My little brother's working the rocks by Grim and Enid. He's got something for me. Can you go and get it? Right then. Brighton Curl is his name. Ask him for the leftovers. He ought to understand. And yeah, there's one close by here. Alright, so let's see. First we'll head off, I guess, kind of to the west here. And we'll just try to make kind of a counterclockwise sweep from this location. See if we can knock out these two branches. There's one. We needed just any old chipuli here. Well, that'll work. Got that one. I am attracting them for sure. But they get bored quickly. Hello, frightened Curl. Here for the leftovers, are you? Not like my brother to send someone in his stead, but so be it. It's all in the sacks over yonder. They're bleeding heavy, mind, so be careful when you pick them up. Unconscionably heavy sacks. Oh, I guess we can just port back there. I seem to recall back when this first came out, you actually had to carry those back. You were forced into doing a porter kind of quest where you had to run and dodge enemies all the way back there. Maybe I'm mistaken, but that does ring a bell though. So anywho, let's go return in all of these. Ah, the new face. You have my leftovers? Yeah, they are in unconscionably heavy sacks. Huh. Well, I'll be. You actually went and brought the whole lot. Much obliged, much obliged. It's saltpeter for making fire sand, in case you're curious what it's all for. The rocks by the lakes have got good deposits. Tain't hard for my brother to pass for any other plodding quarryman, all the while sweeping bits and pieces off to the side to bundle up and sell to the sutlers what trade with the resistance. It's a living and a way of fighting back besides. Our way of spitting in the Garlean's eye for putting our father in an imperial uniform and shipping him off to some faraway province 15 years ago. Dunno if he's dead or alive even. Though if he were alive, he'd not be long for this world if we were caught fighting for the resistance, so this is the best we can do. That's the long and the short of it. We do what we can, though we know it's not enough. I think you'll find that most folks here ain't much different. Everybody's got a reason, but in the end, the result is the same. I suppose I just wanted you to know is all. That we know why you're here, and that even if we can't join you, we wish we could. All right. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. You've been gone a while. What brings you back to Alagana? Well, you wanted, like, some stuff here. Oh, I never meant to... I mean, in times like these, you never think people will actually... This country's hard on people, but it's not just that. The Imperials, they've made it known I'm not to be helped. A dead man's good for one lesson, you know, whereas a live one... You're with the Resistance, right? I suppose there's no reason not to tell you then. My father, God's rest his soul, was deathly sick at the time, and so I'd gone out into the forest, spear in hand, to gather herbs. And then I had the good fortune to run into an Imperial patrol. My weapon marked me as a rebel, or so they said. Not that it'd have made a difference if I'd fought back. I knew what the lot of them were about, the moment that Centurion laid eyes on me. Didn't matter in the end, of course. Some people just like to hurt others. And by the time I limped back to the hut, it was too late for my father. Too late for me too, and many others, I imagine. Help them too, if you like. They'll be grateful and say thank you. But beyond that, I wouldn't hope for much. And if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. We finally finished up all of our crafters and gatherers through a Heaven's Word, and we started Stormblood today. So we're happy to be doing some more action and having fun with this story. I hope you're doing okay this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. If you feel like commenting or have anything you'd like to talk about, drop it down in the comments. That's why we're here, to just enjoy the game and the atmosphere and chat with you. Of course, if you'd prefer to lurk, by all means do that too. We're happy to have you with us. Ah, there you are, Anne. I've been trying to help the villagers deal with this food shortage of theirs. Recently, the Imperials have been swooping into villages unannounced and seizing supplies in order to prevent the people from stockpiling, in case they might be in league with the Resistance. It's not much, but I've taught them a few tricks to better hide what little they've got left. How's Lise getting on, by the way? You'd think people would be more inclined to trust a local girl, assuming they remember her, that is. Well, why don't we find out? Speaking with the cynical youth. No, I didn't mean to. And where were you these past 20 years? Where were you when we were being ground under the Black Wolf's boot? On the other side of his bastard wall, living the high life, I'd wager. That's not fair. Here's what's been going on. Oh, and who's this? Another one of your freedom-loving friends, deigning to help us poor unfortunate souls? Trying to whip us into a frenzy so we'll go and storm a castrum with our pickaxes and shovels? Leave, all of you, before you bring a cohort down on us all. And you, don't you dare speak like you're one of us. You can't even begin to understand what we've been through. You weren't here, Lise. You weren't here. This is my home, and I love it with all my heart. And if you truly have any love for it too, you'll keep us out of your doomed rebellion. He has a point. No matter what I say or do, it doesn't change the fact I left them behind. But this isn't about me or anyone else. It's about Alamigo. Let's go and find Meffred. Looks like the Elder wasn't the only one unwilling to hear us out. Can't blame them given what happened at the wall. I thought I might be able to appeal to them as a fellow. I don't know. But if anything, it just made them angrier. I haven't lived through it like they have. I can't claim to know the struggle like they do either, Lise. I ran too, but if I hadn't, I'd have never met Anne or the rest of you, and we might not be here today in a position to make a difference. So I don't regret my choices, nor will I apologize for them. There's more than one way to fight. So true. Help! Someone! Anyone! We need help! I don't like the sound of that one bit. Come on. We're Krata. The Tribunum and the Bloody Ratmen, they... Damn it all. You there, take a deep breath, and then tell us what happened. It was all business as usual. The Tribunum's due soon, and we were taking it to the Imperials when the Kikkerin attacked. They took my brother and our money. Took him where? Ruins to the south of here. Was just an old temple before they came, and... Listen, we're Krata's the only family I've got left. If I lose him, The Ziggurat? If the Ratmen took him there, he's as good as dead. We've got to get after them. If there's even a chance her brother is still alive, we have to try. Agreed. You're right, Lise. We've got to help them, if not for the missing man, then for the Tributum. The Garleans won't suffer excuses if they're late. What these look like? Yeah, those are kind of cute. Let's see. I think I will take those. Well, those went to my inventory. Time to clear out the armory chest some more, it looks like. Oh gosh, yeah, I've got legs, feet, and hats. And head here. Linen deerstalker can go. I've got to put some of this stuff in my armory chest. I mean, in my glamour chest, I think. Make a few extra slots until we get around to it. I don't want to fill up my inventory either. Yeah, I've not been very good about clearing out my armory chest. Ugh. Chocobo saddlebag. Got one slot left for that. I guess I'll try to put some things in there. What's that? Rubber? And some stuff I could toss. Alrighty. The color of angry Kickern. So, Werkraut is being held somewhere at the ziggurat to the south, which has been taken over by a host of Kickern bandits. That about covers it then. Be prepared for a fight. They may not be the most challenging foes, but there's sure to be a lot of them. Well, we will head down there. Yeah, if I can run through the gate, that is. Sound sensitive? Yep. Just about everything is sound sensitive here, it looks like. Oh, I probably need to get my, unlock my hunt marks for this one too, if I can. Oh no, I don't think I can. Oh, I can't until later. That's right. I forgot about that. Alright, Kickern. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna... Make sure we don't hit that elemental. Please, let me go. I'm begging you. I don't want to die. Hear that? I think it came from the top of the ziggurat. Who dares come to loot our man flesh? Ours to eat. Ours to eat. We knew it had come to this. Kill them quick before they alert the others. They seem to have a very narrow field of vision, too. See if we can get that before he attacks us. All right. It looks like this character's hanging around with us. Whatever. And they're gonna help us out, I guess. That's cool. And I'll talk to Rare Crata. By Ralgar, what did I ever do to deserve this? I've gone to bed hungry for months. I'm skin and bones. I'd hardly make a snack, much less a meal. Oh, you found him. Wait, are you here to rescue me? Your sister sent us. It's going to be all right. My sister? Oh, Ralgar be praised, she's safe. And you lot fought your way in here just for me? To think there are still good, brave folk in this world. We should go before the Kickern return in force. Do you still have the Tributum? Oh gods, the Tributum. The Imperials will be wondering where I am. I have to go. What? Right now? In your condition? You don't understand. We were given a warning last month for being short. If I don't make it in time, there's no telling what will happen to me and my sister. I'm glad we saved him, but seeing him run off like that, I've got a bad feeling about this. All right, if you must. Listen, Anne, Meffred, I think we need to go after Rare Crata. Wait, you had better not be thinking of stopping him. You heard what he said. If they don't pay one way, they'll pay another. I know that, I do, and I don't want to interfere. I just want to see that he makes it there safely. If that's the sum of it, then fine. Let's head down and see if we can't pick up his trail. Sounds good. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's see, sneak past you maybe. Yep. And are you staring at the wall? Oh, not exactly. Whoops. Alright, well, you gonna follow me all the way? I guess so. Oh, I guess I ran right back into his AoE. Soiled sack. Find nothing of interest. In the dirt, you spy a chocobo feather. Any luck? A chocobo feather, is it? Aye, by my reckoning, and it came from where Crowda's bird, in which case... There's a collapsed bridge just around the bend. Hug the rocks and stick to the shadows. We'll find him soon enough. Any minute now, I expect he'll come thundering around the bend and... Hear that? Get to cover, quickly.
Are they Imperials?
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
What?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistance spy.
No, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
Ouch.
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fifth? How stupid do you think we are?
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Think you can kill them all? Including the ones watching from the tower? Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labor. Assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
But it isn't fair.
It's your bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this god's-forsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egan's can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit. And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough!
Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
I bet the poor bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
Yeah. All right, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, he's getting on up there. Little by little, getting closer to rank 6 now. I'd heard their commander was keen-eyed, but gods, that was a near thing. It tears me up inside to see our own kinsmen doing the bidding of the Viceroy. But they made their choice, and if it comes to it, I'll cut down every last one of them myself. Krata's alive and the tributum's been paid. That's all that matters for now. I, for one, would rather not wait around to see if the skulls decide to return. We'd best get back to Alagana and tell Ragnfrid his man got the job done. All right. Get back there and do our report. We owe you a debt of gratitude for what you did. Where Krata told me everything, how you fought with the Kickern and saved his life. For all the good it did, we saw what happened when he met with the skulls. How they beat him half to death. We could have stopped them. I reckon you could. Meffred's a warrior, as is your comrade, and you're strong like your father, that much is plain. But I thank Ralgr you did not, because it would not have ended with them, where Krata and his sister would have been branded insurgents, if not the whole lot of us. Bones heal, scars fade, but the dead remain dead. We're alive, and that's more than can be said for only the gods know how many others. That's enough for you, is it? To put up with whatever they do to you so long as you get to see another day? That's right. You grit your teeth and you learn to live with the pain. I'll admit I was quick to judge you, Lise, and for that I apologize. I know you and yours mean well, I do. But I'm telling you, God's in the heavens is my witness that we've got nothing left to give. We can't help you. I understand. Thank you for your honesty. She may say it, but she doesn't mean it. Nor would I expect her to. Her father was stubborn as an ox, too. If she's set on walking the same path, I but pray she won't follow it to the same end. Well, she took it better than I anticipated, which isn't saying much, I suppose. We should go and see if she's all right. Sorry about running off like that. Alamegans terrorizing their own? I just can't accept it, you know? No matter what he thinks, they shouldn't have to put up with it day after day after day. I'm not completely naive, you know. I didn't expect them to storm a castrum with their pickaxes and shovels or whatever it was. But nor did I expect Werkrata to just lie there in the dirt while they kicked him. I can't claim to know their pain. I barely remember this place or even my father's face. But I remember Ida's. I remember how scared she was when we ran, and that look in her eyes when she talked about home. Her home. But not mine, is it? There you are, Lise. I've been looking all over for you. Well, you found me. Got something else to say? Aye, that I do. I said some things to you before that I shouldn't have. It wasn't my place to do so, and I'm sorry. All that rubbish I spouted about how I love my village, but when one of ours was in need, I was cowering here with all the others. I didn't even think to go after Werkrata, but you did. Made me feel like the bloody hypocrite I am. If I truly cared for my people, I'd fight for them. So I will, if you'll have me. You're asking to join the resistance? When you put it like that, I suppose I am. But not just me. There are others I know who've been thinking about it for a while now. There's not many of us, and we're not hardened warriors like you lot, but if your heart bleeds for Alamigo, then that's good enough for me. You and yours are more than welcome at Ralger's Reach. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I'll go and speak with the others and send word when we're ready. Still think this isn't your home? No, I was just thinking out loud. And with that, my friends, our mission is concluded. Let us return to the Reach. Awesome. First of all, allow me to commend you both on a job well done. Though nothing went according to plan, we nevertheless managed to attract some new recruits, and it was your passion and conviction that moved them to join. Thank you. No, thank you for giving me an opportunity to find out what our people have been through these past 20 years. It's been humbling. And troubling, too. I'd heard about the skulls, but that was the first time I'd seen them in the flesh. I know you say they're the same as any other Imperial soldiers, and maybe that's how I'll have to think of them myself if our paths ever cross on the battlefield, but when, not if. That day will come, Lise. You can't afford to hesitate when it does. Young, old, conscript, citizen, Garlean, Alamegan, none of that matters. They've all got their reasons, but they're no better than yours, especially when they're bearing down on you, blade in hand. Saying that, I don't want to kill them any more than you do. If I could convince them to lay down their arms, I would. Sadly, I've never been much of a talker myself, but who knows? Maybe you could be one, Lise. Your father certainly was. Right then. I'd best begin preparing for these new recruits. Anne, Lise, it's been a pleasure. Red mage. No, I won't take that. All right. All right. Completed the storyline split there, I believe. Oh, let's see. Any, nope. No ether current quests here. Owing to the efforts of you all, we have accomplished a great deal in a short time. The Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful? Indeed. There were several amongst the Scions' ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. Commander Kemp, if I may, my name is Arenvald Lentinus, a half-breed, as you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo, for an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer. I pray you grant me this honor. You are a true-born son of Girabania, same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Alden that we draw up plans for an assault on Castellum Veladina. Then, in the meantime, we will make what preparations we can. Quest accepted. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo,
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Oriens and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near-total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by Resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
He doesn't get it.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
My lord,
Cowards. Who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why? When confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hounds. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
Right then, I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties. We are here to help, after all. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. And some earrings, huh? Oh, we've got the Menfina's earring, which is going to do us all the way up to level 80, it looks like, so don't need that. Alright, so we got several quests we got to run through here, it looks like. Let's see if any, nope, no ether current quests. I beg your pardon? The woman who bested Gaius van Belsar wishes to offer me her assistance? I say, this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case, before the occupation I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and thank you for your service, now and ever after. Let's see, oh yeah, there's one back up in this little branch here. Why'd I join the resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend of the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a fulm of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. I think it's time to change my my title. Let's see. Which one? Fate Walker, House for Tom Knight. That's one we'll pick. Just for the heck of it. And there's more here. Let's see. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. I took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know? And there's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. Oh, and you have a quest for me, too. You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Tebe for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. And Tebe is back up there. I'll go ahead and grab that. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Alright. Sounds fair enough. We can do our share and do some gathering. Like one right there, it looks like. At least they have a summoning bell here, which if we need to, we can certainly dump some stuff on our retainer and check our sails and stuff, since we are on our home world. And another quest here. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this eve, yet nary a one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. They number 5 in all. These would-be warriors. Send them unto me should you have a chance. Should you chance to find them. Why? Why indeed, to save lives perhaps, or to make amends for the ones I couldn't. My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? More where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. I know, I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. We're in Stormblood now, doing an unskipped story playthrough. We're also doing Crafters and Gatherers, which we've completed crafting and gathering up through level 60 as well. So we're focused on the story at this point. Now, how are you doing today? I hope things are going well. If you'd like to drop a comment down in the chat, please do that. We're here to chat with you while we enjoy the game and the atmosphere together. Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land like as not, but that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. Well met, Anne. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters as I asked? Yep, here's your log back. As fascinating as they are varied. You have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. We must never forget, my friend. Never. Oh, bugger, you were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger. Ah, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for? Thanks, that'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, miss. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, But to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes. It's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause, though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake as we must, and we never lose sight of the dream. The teacher calls for me. I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and... Ah, yes, of course, there's no time. If you would excuse me. Oh yeah, one in here somewhere. Miss it? Yeah, somewhere. Oh, there he is down there. Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. Huh? Training? Ah, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. All right, that'll be all of those. Go report to the Snake Lady. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials will be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. And there's the next one. Damn it all, where could it have got to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? Aye, I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain, and I've not left the Reach since, so it's got to be around here somewhere. If you've got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the officers' pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please, help me find it. Maybe some sentimental value. There she blows. I swear, I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. How about this? 7 hells, that's the one! That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories in the scripture as my mother taught me. Oh, excuse me. And there we go. So let's see, get on with the main story here, I guess. Oh, we're up to level 61 now. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, Anne, I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that she has, and we thank her for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Monago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castellum Veladina to General Alden personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castrum Oriens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well. I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Kryl and Ishtola will wish to remain here to support the Kyrugians, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. And let's see here, no new ether current quests here. Deafening glare. If looks could make sound. Is aught amiss? I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Alamigo, for my father, for Ida, I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Baelsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable and further complicated by the existence of Ilberd's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause, for it is ultimately the selfsame cause I have served since first I pledged to serve Master Louisoix and the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here for Minfilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Anne, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmund, the woman who slew Gaius Van Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. We can but carry on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. Well said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola, Kryl, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lise, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Minago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Anne? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castrum Oriens would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Minago to wait a little longer. So, you will be accompanying us? Full glad I am to hear it. All set? Excellent. Then let us be off. And then speak with Ralban over at Castrum Oriens, just like that. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot. Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Velodina. Capture Velodina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Velodina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. If there is no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Taropin? By all means. If that is all, let us be about it. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond East End, just north of Velodina. And let's see, yeah, no more Ether Current quests. And this is where we're going to stop for today. I think it's time to finish off this stream, but I appreciate you for hanging out with me today. We'll be back on stream Tuesday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 6:30 a.m. same time as New York, in New York City. So, let's see, anything else here? I think that's it for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. And please join us again on Tuesday morning. We'd love to have you here and chat with you. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.